Don't let your falling define your calling. You may be seated in the presence of God. I want to say to you today that every person in here has a divine calling on your life. You had it from your mother's womb when you was brought into this world. God had a plan for you to carry out. But he gave you something. He gave you the power of choice. You can choose whether to walk in your calling or walk in your divine destiny, or you can choose and let the enemy talk to you and walk the wrong way. There is two roads to life. One to your destiny of life eternal and success, and one is to failure and damnation. The enemy knows that. How many know the enemy knows that? He knows that you are special, but he wants you to not ever recognize who you are. I want to say to you today, there's a lot of places we think are welcome. I stopped by on my way to heaven this morning because I'm on assignment to talk to somebody and tell somebody that you can't die with God's calling in your life, of what you're supposed to bring to this world. But the devil wants you to die with what you're supposed to bring into this world without ever experiencing what God wanted you to do. He knows that on the inside of you is an eager person. He knows exactly what I know, that when I think about this story I read of this farmer who had some land, had trees all over that land. And he saw this particular tree and he said, I don't like it, it's no good. It's in the way of my progression of what we're trying to accomplish on this farm. I'm going to cut it down and burn it up. So he goes and he starts cutting this tree down. Here come a wayfaring man walking that way. He walks through and he looks over and he sees a piece of wood that they're taking off this tree to put it in the fire and burn it up. And he says to that farmer, I want that piece of wood. I want that piece of wood. He said, oh, take it off my hand because it ain't no good anyway. It's in my way. This man takes it. Later on in life, this farmer is walking downtown and he looks in a window and he sees this beautiful sculpture, all carved, beautiful eagle. That what you would do now is you would say, we're going to auction this off because it goes for millions. And he went into the owner, same owner that came by his farm, and said, how much does that cost? That eagle. I would love to have that. He said $5,000. He said, oh, he reached in his pocket He got out his wallet, he wrote a check for $5,000, and he left there. He was all so excited, knowing that that eagle was worth way more, that sculpture, than $5,000. He had made a great deal. He said, I made a great deal. Oh, he was running back home, show his wife that sculpture. Got there, and he told the man, he said, well, he said, you know what that is? That's the same piece of wood that you said was no good. One man's junk is another man's jewel. Can I get a witness in here? You can't point your finger at folks and say they ain't no good. Because I want to share with you, mishaps happen in life. And they can happen to all of us. It is not what happened to you. It's what you become after it happens. Can I get a witness in here? Yes, a father had 2 sons. But how many know the devil comes talking to you when he knows you got a divine destiny? Can I paraphrase a little bit? Maybe somebody was speaking to this one son saying, man, ain't no way in the world I'll be doing that. You could feel good. You up there every night, you going to this and going to that, talking about you're going to be successful. Man, you just like us. Come on out here with us. Come on. I mean, no devil talk to you. And let me tell you, whatever portrait that you have of yourself is what's going to happen to you. Your self-image, what you believe about you, and the devil want to paint to you that you ain't no good. Because you think every child that's ever been said to them, boy, you're sorry, you're no good, and you're just like your daddy. Guess what? They never be successful in school unless they meet somebody who gets them out of their situation. Because what you keep hearing, it paints a picture of you. And that's your portrait. And what you believe about yourself determines your success in life. If you don't believe nothing good about yourself, ain't nothing good going to happen. I remember I was in college, and they said they did a story on seven young people that were just ordinary, making D's, F's. But they put them in a room, and they did what you call like a little brainwashing. They kept telling them, you're brilliant, you awesome, you the best ever, you're the best student. Those kids end up graduating, going to school. This is a, you can look it up. This is a study on 7 kids that turned out to be the most successful kid in education because it was what they were told. What you talk to yourself about and what you keep hearing, and you paint a picture at a point, and then guess what? Your feelings about yourself creates the atmosphere. It connects you to people that can give you opportunities. When you start saying, I believe I'm this and that, guess what? That's the great way to have access. And see, when you got access, you connect to folks. You connect to people that can help you. Don't let what people said about you define you. Then I want to talk to you. Don't let your fall define your call. God's got a calling on your life. That's why every time you turn around, the devil's trying to get you down. He wants you to talk negative about yourself. This boy, he looked at his dad, and you know he's selfish, saying, look at here, give me me. Huh? Give me me. You running things. Somebody been talking in his head. You give me mine, I can run it like I want to run it. Now you know that's selfish. God, let me just have my way. I'm going to come in when I get ready. Y'all don't want to hear me. Ain't God all right? So he says, give me me. Now he gets it. And you know, we got a loving God. He's not going to make you come to him. He said, whosoever will, let him come. He's not going to make you come to him. You got to come on your own free will. He gave you the power of choice. He will never avoid your choice. If you go to hell, you choosing to go to hell. He don't send nobody. Come on, wave your hand. We serve a loving, merciful, a God that's full of grace. I don't care what you've done. He'll cast it in the sea of forgetfulness right now. But this boy said, I want my stuff. I want to do me. You trying to do me. Let me do me. Everybody else talking about how much fun they're having. Let me have fun. This is my life. Ain't no preacher going to be telling me how to run my life. Ain't no preacher telling you that, the word telling you. So he gets it, but he goes and he's squandering it. Let's just paraphrase, squandering his living on riotous stuff, squandering. He's thinking everything gonna be good. It looks good the first day. You know when you take that first hit? Oh man, it's cool. Come on. Or you steal something. Now, we're not just talking about drugs. We want to talk about everything. When you steal something the first time, you're scared to death. Seems like everybody see you. You ever stole out of the refrigerator? You just knew your mama was looking at you. Huh? I did it before. I went in there and I got me a piece of that meat, and I know it was my mama's. And I got that piece of meat, my brother, and boy, it seemed like every time I lay down, it looked like she come there to hit me. Later on, it was something in the refrigerator. I went in there and I got it, and I was a little scared, but I wasn't as scared as I was the first time, because I had got away. Oh, y'all don't want to hear me. I got away with it, so now, after I did that, the second time I got away, Brother Raleigh. The third time when I was stealing it late that night, I just got in a habit of just stealing. I ain't scored no more. Huh? Because that first time, the devil stiff you in. He finds a way to lure you. And since you didn't get caught, you ease a little bit more. You're going to keep on easing till you be like the prodigal son. The Bible says he went down, and he kept going down. He kept going down into a far country. A country don't mean in Chicago from Macomb. It means your life. The first thing you do is not too bad, but you keep going down. I don't go to church no more. I go sometime. After a while, you ain't gonna go no time. You know when the devil make you sit there and act like you've been eating sour quinces one Sunday? You praise him a little bit. After a while, you ain't praising him no more. You get comfortable. It don't take all that. But when you get sick, when you get in trouble and your bills due, In the midnight hour, when all hell breaks loose and you go to the doctor and you're scared to death, you got to go to that doctor that next day and you're scared to death. You don't believe in prayer before that. I don't know preacher laying no hands on me, no big old hand, he pushing people down. They ain't falling down. But when you get sick and you got to go to the doctor, you don't know what they're going to tell you when they do that x-ray. Guess what? You got no oil. I'll play for this oil. You. Come on. He kept going down. He's squandering the gifts and the ability that God has given him in his life. He ain't just spending money. Jesus said this prayer. He said he gave to 1, 3, 1, 2, and 1, 1. He gave it to him according to their several ability. Every person in here got a gift. My gift ain't Brother Jeremy's gift. Brother Jeremy's gift ain't my gift. My gift ain't your gift. Your gift ain't your wife's gift. But you got a gift. It's up to you to maximize that gift, but the devil don't want you to maximize. One man said, he came back to check on him and said, have y'all been working your gift? He said, well, you know, I know you're a shrewd man, and I hid it. Somebody's sitting here hiding right now. Your gift may be the gift of working in the church and doing some things, but you're not doing anything. I don't want food with Negroes. Guess what? What if I said that? What if I come on Sunday morning and say, I don't want to fool with Negroes? Can I preach in here? Oh, I'm telling the truth. What if I said, I'm tired of them folks? What if I said, them church folk? You think you don't make me mad? But I don't sin. He said, be ye angry, but sin not. You think I don't get frustrated with people who you teach, and you know you feel like you're teaching the truth, and then they still don't do nothing? They don't change. And you preach them for years, they don't change. I went into a depression one time. Come on. Wondering why folk don't change. But you know what God told me not too long ago? He said, you can sow a seed, but you can't change the soil. See, I can't change the soil. Even though I put the seed there, Brother Redfield, I can't change the soil. The only person that can change your soil is you. Ain't God all right? And here he is squandering the gifts and abilities that God has given him. Hanging with his friends, trying to fit in. Should be in the church singing in the choir. But he's somewhere hanging on the corner, or barbecuing on a tree, or putting some wood in a big old tank and there's fire out there. It's getting cold. Come on. And hanging around that. Because you're squandering the gift God has given you. God has given you a gift. And I'm not beating you up. I'm trying to tell you that this boy, but after he done this, and we taking it on home. After he done this, and he found out something, Sister Kimberly, he came to him. What did we read in 17 verse? He came to what? The reason why he wasn't operating in his ability, he wasn't at himself. Somebody got inside of his mind and lured him out of the wheel and out of the way, and they talked to him in a negative way, and he thought that was the good way. But when he came to himself, how many know in order to be saved, I don't care what we've done, we have to come to ourselves. And coming to yourself, meaning that you got to acknowledge The number one thing is acknowledge your failure. Never acknowledge your failure. You will never come out of it. He says, I have done wrong. He didn't shift the buck. So many people shift the buck. Ain't no hooping and hollering today. I'm going to preach and teach. So many people, instead of saying, I take responsibility for my bad choice, they start talking about she did and they did what my daddy did to me. That's the portrait of you have in your life. Once you get rid of that mindset and say, I am who my father say I am. He came to his senses and say, my father. Oh, y'all don't want to hear me. Ain't God all right? God, blessings. Here I am, down in a hog pen. But one thing he did do, in the midst of his situation, he went and got a job. He went and got a job, and he started working. But guess what? It didn't satisfy the longing that's down in your heart. You can go get 5 jobs. You can go out there and you can do this and you can do that. You can have all the world you want to. But there is a longing inside of every person in here. As a void, and you can't fill it with nothing else but Jesus Christ. And you think I can go over here, I can get this alcohol, I can go over here and I can do this, I can go to the club, let me tell you, that void is still going to be empty. You'll go all of your life trying to fill the void in your life when the void is Jesus Christ. He created Adam so Adam would worship him. He created Adam so Adam would worship him. He created you for himself. He loved you. He created you in his own image. He want to talk to you. He longed to talk to you. Right now, he's speaking to you. Through me. This vessel that you're looking at. And you think I'm just up here doing a speech. He's speaking to you right now. You are created in the image and likeness of God, and you are that eagle that somebody trying to burn up. That's supposed to be a great sculpture, worth priceless. Your value. You are so valuable, you don't know how valuable you are. And somebody here said, I realize I may not be preaching to you, but I'm preaching to somebody. You are valuable. Don't let nobody disvalue you, tell you ain't nothing. You know what I like about this thing is when he came to himself, he said, I'm going to go back to my Father. I can't operate without the one that created me. I'm going back to him. I'm going back to my Father. When he gets up out of the mud, out of the mess, out of everything he mixed up in his mind, I am going to come out of this. I don't care how nasty it is. I don't care how sloppy it is. I am coming out. So to get out the pig pen, folks, he couldn't just walk out. It's a fence. I believe when he made up in his mind, how many know when you meet Jesus, when you get yourself together, I believe he jumped up out of there. He leaped over the fence and said, I'm going home. Ooh. So he's on his way home. Oh man, this is the good part. This is where you come in at. This is where we come in at as a church. On his way home, he got regular clothes on. On his way home, he looked like he'd been on the street all his life. But his daddy didn't sit there in the church and wait till he get there. His daddy met him. For you all, it takes more than your commitment. It takes the church and people like you, Sister Kimberly, to embrace them. When they make up their mind, they want to come out. Can I preach in here today? So we have to reach out and hug folks instead of beating folks up and talking about it. You know, that's that old person that was there. That's no. That is one of God's children. And the church has got to be a place where we have this big love when they come in. Stop looking at folks and tell me, I wonder why you here. I'm here, same reason why you here. We all need some help. This is the hospital. And we all need the hospital because we all sick. The Bible says all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. I can't point my finger at you. You can't point at me because we all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And when he gets in, he don't feel nobody. He don't feel no hate from his father. His father hugging him and said, hey, y'all, I want you to go get the best ring. Give me a ring. I'm going to put a ring on his finger. I'm going to seal him. See, some folks you think they came here after you came. They got saved after you got saved. Don't think they ain't married. They got a ring. They married to Jesus. I don't care when you came. You might have come yesterday. You might have been with him 40 years, but that person that came yesterday still get a ring. With an unending circle that says we are unified together. And then they get to shouting in there. They put him on the road. They get to shouting. Huh? They get to shouting in there. Now, there's one brother that's been at the church a long time. He's out there in the field, and he hear all the noise. And guess what he said? All this time I've been here, he ain't never did that for me. So why are you doing it for him? He done all this old mess and been out there doing everything in the world. Now they're having a big party. You ain't never did that for me. Guess what the daddy said? He said, all this time you had access to all this, but you didn't take advantage of it. Many people in the church, you got access to joy, peace, happiness, prosperity, everything you need, but don't get jealous when somebody come in and walk in and get what you should have been getting all the time. You so Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, got a mind to run on and see what the end gonna be, but you ain't accessing nothing God got. I need you to stand to your feet.